All right, Coach Dell here again. So let's talk about our weekly accountability calls. Yes, I know I talk to clients all the time and they say, oh, I thought I signed up for one-on-one coaching. Well, yes, you've got one-on-one coaching because I am here for you and you can talk to me whenever you want, right? If you reach out to me, I am here for you. You will never reach out to me and I'll say, no, I can't talk to you. I'll say, when can you talk? Let's have a conversation. That is one-on-one coaching. It doesn't mean that I'm going to call you every week. No, if I have to call you every week, then we're doing something wrong. If I have to call you every week, then we're not doing something right? Because you're a busy person. I don't want to be able to have to talk to you every week. If I have to call you every week, then our strategy isn't really working. So here's the process that I use with my clients that I know works because I've been working with a lot of clients. I've worked with a lot of clients. And the process I use that really works, guys, is our weekly group Zoom calls. They're accountability calls. And the calls are about support, encouragement, and accountability. Right? It's your time to get support. I'm here to support you. It's your time to learn strategies. That's what we're doing. We're teaching strategies. We're learning. Do you know almost every week someone says to me, Coach Dell, what you talked about last week really, had an effect on me. It really, caused me to make some changes in my life. I hear that every single week. Why? Because they show up to the weekly accountability calls. And it's not just a rah-rah. It's not about listening to people talk about their wins. That's a big part of it because I want to know what's going well for you. But it's about, what challenges are you having? What challenges do you see coming up? And number one, what can we do about those challenges? And number two, what are you committed to doing? What are you committed to? Specifically, what are you going to commit to in terms of your nutrition? What are you going to commit to in terms of your activity? What are you going to commit to in terms of your sleep, your water? Your mindfulness. What are you committing to? As we're going along, we're doing work in all these areas. And the clients who show up week after week are the clients who get the learning, are the clients who get the most support. But guess what? When you show up, if there are 10 other people on the call, well, they ask one question. You get to hear 10 questions. You get to hear the answers to 10 questions. I don't know what questions they're going to ask. I don't know what we're going to talk about from week to week. I show up with something to talk about, but we end up talking about probably 10, 15 other things. You get the learning. It's a time to learn. Being a student is part of this process. It's a time to learn. It's a time to get support, not just from the other people there. It's a time to get support from me in figuring out what's going on with you, what's your challenges, and what are we going to do about it. You show up from week to week, we're going to attack those things. We're going to talk about those things. We're going to strategize. You're going out of town, you're going on vacation, you're going to a dinner. Well, we're going to strategize. I'm going to ask you, well, what's your plan? What are you going to do about those potential obstacles that potentially can throw you off course? What are we going to do? What's the strategy? If we can't talk about something or come up with some answers on our group call, I'm going to say, hey, Sally, reach out to me and let's set up a time to get on a call and we'll talk about what you're dealing with specifically. That's what I do every day. I'm on the phone with clients every single day. People are reaching out to me. I hop on a call, and we figure out what their next steps need to be or how they need support. So that's the process. The process of one-on-one coaching starts with the group calls. And I know you're going to say, oh, I'm not comfortable in group calls. Well, guess what? There's a price you have to pay for success. And that part of that price that you have to pay, yes, you pay money to be here, but part of that price you must pay is you got to learn to be uncomfortable. And it's okay to be uncomfortable. If you're not comfortable, get comfortable. If you're not comfortable being on video, okay, well, you can turn the video off and just be with the audio. But you're still in the process. You're still participating in the process, right? So this is the process that we use to get clients result. And I got to tell you, the people I see week after week are the people who are getting the best results. So I expect to see you on my weekly accountability calls because that is part of the process. The strategy, the meals is part of the process. The weekly accountability, the support, the inspiration, support, and encouragement. That's what I do. I offer you inspiration, support, and encouragement. That's what I do weekly, but you got to show up to those calls. These calls are more powerful than me getting on the phone with you one-on-one. You're going to learn more from these calls than me getting on the phone with you one-on-one. You're going to get more support on these calls than me getting on a call with you one-on-one. If we need to get on a one-on-one call, we'll do that, but that is not the start. The start is the group calls, and they're more powerful. You're going to learn, you're going to have support, you're going to make commitments, and that is how you're going to grow. Okay? So show up to the calls. I'll see you then.